the whole hall got very quiet. And it was sheer chaos for a while after that, as everyone tried to debate their own personal theories with Dr. Leskinen at once. It was thanks to Izaki that I was able to get into the reception held after the ATF was over. They told me there was a dress code, so I went all the way back to my parents' house to get a suit to change into. At first, all that effort paid off, as Izaki introduced me to some of the country's top researchers. Riken, JAXA, IMIS? What the heck are all these? Oh. Okay, IMIS is the Institute of Material Structure Science. A lab at the High Energy Accelerator Research Organization, KEC. Seriously? KEC. Okay, they use electron accelerators to investigate the structure and properties of matter. Neato. JAXA. Japan and Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. The National Aerospace Agency of Japan. Neat. Okay. It's an independent administrative agency formed in 2003 by Unites and other people. It does space and aeronautical research. Okay. It has space sensors and observatories all over the country. It has Japan's only rocket pads. Only 2 rocket pads. Okay, and it has 1,500 people. Neat. The Institute of Physical and Chemical Research, Riken, in 1917 is Japan's only general natural sciences institute. Research at their Riken covers a variety of fields like physics, engineering, chemistry, computational science, biology, medicine, and its base is located in Wako City, Saitama. There are also labs in other places and locations in Japan. They also have research centers in America, England, and other countries. Neat. So they're fancy. Before long, Izaki ran off to suck up to some university professor, and I was left completely abandoned. My own personal target, Dr. Leskinen, was surrounded by a bunch of famous scientists. It didn't feel like a mere student would be welcome. So all I did was sort of stand around and eat from the buffet. To be honest, I couldn't tell if the food was any good or not. Whenever my glass got empty, a smiling waiter was always there to fill up again, so I found myself drinking more than I intended. My stomach was already so full it hurt. The whole place felt like another world. Oh wait, right, text, right. This is Steins Gate. I have to read my text. I can't believe you got to the party. Die in a fire, Mr. Fancy Pants. Thanks, Daru. Can I respond to this, or is it just like, that's not how you respond. Oh, okay. It's fine. It's cool, though. Thanks, Daru. Ryan? Is that supposed to be like a line? I think it might be. Oh, who's finishing my sentences? The exact moment I spoke, I heard a girl next to me say the exact same thing. Surprised, I looked over at her. Our eyes met. Oh. Oh, great. It's Maho. Let's see. What was the middle school girl doing here? And then, a moment later, I realized it was Maho. She was wearing the exact same outfit she had been wearing during the lecture. She didn't dress up. A lab coat in a place like this? That's just what the old me would have done. That fair? Let me see, your... Maho was clearly out of place. Why? Because she was still wearing her lab coat. Why are you wearing a lab coat? Well, I can help but ask. She was sure she had brought weird clothes, but she hadn't. And that's why she was standing in the corner, trying not to attract attention. You're the guy who was at the desk this afternoon.
Okabe.
Oh boy.
東京電機大学の学生で伊崎ゼミで勉強してます。
I handed her one of the business cards I had thrown together after Izaki told me that I needed them. She grabbed one of her own out of a stack and carelessly put it in my hands.
いいわ。無理に丁寧に話さなくても。珍しい名前でしょ私。
え、
Rare name.
ああ、誰も読めないとか言ってたっけ？
Pronunciation of her name was written in usually large letters on our business card. This is probably because people kept screwing it up.
沖縄ではよくある名字なんだけれどね。
Oh, I see it's from Okinawa.
沖縄出身なのかも。
曽祖父と曽祖母がね、移民なのよ。私はアメリカ生まれのアメリカ育ち。
Oh, so she was born and raised in America.
ハーフにはあんまり見えないな。クォーター。
Oh, half quarter Japanese? How much Japanese?
外れ。祖父、祖母、父、母、すべて日本人よ。DNA は生粋のジャパニーズ。
Oh, so no, she's Japanese. Okay, well, there you go. DNA, commonly called genes, is the double helix structure. It has a double helix structure. It has A, G, C, and T, which you pair with each other. The nature of these base pairings in the genes determines the genetic information of a creature, and the number of bases varies by the species. In the case of humans, that number is 3.1 billion. Right, that's DNA. I hope we all know what that is. Huh. And then the conversation stopped. I'm a terrible conversationalist, honestly. The old me would have gone full Chuny and started ranting about conspiracies and magic powers, whether the other person cared or not, but you can't really call that a conversation. Wow, Okabe's really, like, changed, man. Steins Gate Zero Chuny, more like. Yes, literally 8th grader's disease. It returns to the slightly unusual action and speech patterns commonly used by Japanese boys undergoing puberty. It could also be used as a pejorative term towards people who left puberty a long time ago, but still say highly embarrassing things as if they were still kids. Chunibyo refers to someone who performs anti-social, misanthropic, or delusional actions, or makes statements in an attempt to make themselves seem more like a grown-up. While the speaker may think that they're really cool, from the perspective of an adult they just look ridiculous. It can be broken down into further categories, one of which is the evil eye type, which it seems convinced that he has a special anime power or backstory. For example, an evil eye gives him magic abilities. Strictly speaking, Okabe falls into that, or Okabe falls into that category. I had no idea what to say to someone I had never met before. I've been working at becoming a real adult, even buying and studying men's magazines, but none of it really helped. Men's magazines? Without anything to talk about, I looked over to the good doctor. He seemed to be giving a lecture on neurons to a bunch of scientists.
今日はすまなかったな。
I'm sorry about today.
何が？
いや、セミナーの途中で邪魔を。
ああ、あれね。気にすることないわ。
Don't worry about it.
あなたが声を上げなかったら、多分私が同じことをしていたから。許せないの、ああいう人。
いいのか、そんなこと言って。教授が言ってたじゃないか。科学者たるもの、常に冷静にって。
今のは科学者としての発言じゃないわ。だから構わないのよ。
Must have really ticked her off. She grabbed a cocktail from a passing waiter and gulped it down. Yeah. Same. Her cheeks were turned a pretty shade of pink for an instant, but no longer. She must have had a high alcohol tolerance.
だけど、やっぱり良くないわね。
Oh.
反省する。
Oh.
ああいう批判は言い方こそ悪いけれど、それでも事実には違いないんだもの。私たちの研究がまだ無謀の域から出ていないと言われれば確かにその通りよ。
そうなのか。
取り組まなくてはいけない課題が山積みだわ。さっきセミナーで話した以上にね。
So there's a lot of problems
例え
with
ば
research.
記憶データを元の脳に書き戻すことができても、それを脳が利用できなければ何の意味もないの。
You can write memory data back to the brain, but if the brain can't use it, it's useless.
記憶があっても思い出せない状態、つまり記憶喪失の脳と同じになってしまう。
The memories are there, but you can't get to them. It's basically the same as amnesia. As Maho spoke, I remembered. I remembered all the lectures and theories that Krisu had given me when she was making the time leap machine.
確か人間が記憶にアクセスしようとするときは前頭葉から側頭葉へ信号が行くんだったよな。
It goes from the frontal lobe to the temporal lobe. Well, let's see about that in the tips. A part of the cerebrum located at the front of the brain controls thought, will, action, movement, creativity, and much, much more. The frontal lobe can be further divided into the locations where, by location, into the prefrontal cortex, motor cortex, and premotor cortex. Neato.
ええ、トップダウン記憶検索信号ね。
Yep, top-down memory search signals. What are top-down memory search signals? Nerve signals in the cerebrum that are sent from the frontal lobe to the temporal lobe during memory retrieval. Okay, cool.
だったら
So then I started to talk. Remember what Krisu had told me about her theories as I went. When I used specialized terminologies whose meaning I barely remembered, Maho would tell me what they were.
で最後に側頭葉に記憶を書き戻す過程で一緒にコピーした疑似パルスを前頭葉の方に送り込めば記憶検索信号はちゃんと働くと思う。
あなたそれを自分で導き出したの？
Did you figure that out yourself?
ああ、いや。
Oh yeah, he should know that.
脳科学専攻じゃないわね。ということは誰かに？それとも論文で？
Your major isn't brain science. Oh yeah, she's... we know too much.
それはないわ。まだ論文にはまとめられてなかったはず。
Oh, we said something that Krisu hadn't published. Oh.
何かおかしいこと言ったか、俺。
Ooh. Did I say something wrong?
そうじゃなくて、私の後輩がね、全く同じ理論を提唱していたことがあるのよ。
One of the researchers at the lab said the exact same thing.
どのスタッフもずっと懐疑的だったけど、彼女だけは絶対に証明できるって言い張っていたわ。
Oh.
結局、実証試験に進む前に彼女はいなくなっちゃったんだけど。
それは
Should I tell her? Should I tell her about me and Krisu and our crazy journey through time and space and blah 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 blah? In this world line, there's almost no connection between me and Krisu. Right? He basically doesn't know her.
どうしたの？
Basically. I made my mind. If I want to follow my dreams, I need to act.
実はこの理論クリスからレクチャーされた。
So we do admit that it was Krisu who told us about this.
え？
Huh?
今なんて？
What did you say?
マキセ・クリスが教えてくれたんだよ。
クリスがあなたに？いつ？どうして？
When? Why?
彼女がこっちに留学してた時だ。
And she was
友
over
達
as
に
an
なって
exchange student.
こういう話をよくした。
Well, that's a reasonable thing to say. She was an exchange student, we became friends, we talked about this, you know. Of course, they were friends in the Alpha World line, not this world line. fine, yeah. But small lie was probably okay.
そうだったの。
Oh, I see. He's deliberately lying.
クリスが。
Oh, I see. So Chris.
ありがとう。感謝するわ。
Aw. Aw. The word surprised me. That was the one thing I didn't expect to hear.
何が
What are you thinking for?
彼女と友達になってくれてよ。日本に来てたった一人で。
Aw. Thank you for being her friend. She came to Japan all alone. Aw.
たった一人で勉強していてもきっとつまらなかったと思うから。
I mean, she would have been bored studying all by herself.
口喧嘩ばっかりだったけどな。
All we ever did was fight. Oh, that's true.
あの子らしいわ
That
ね。
part's true.
絶対に負けを認めなかったでしょ。
ああ、へりくつばっかりこねていた。ロボトミー手術してあんたの前頭葉を書き出してやるぞとかよく言われたし。
She told me all the time about how she'd give me a lobotomy. Yeah, keep forgetting which button tips is. A method for treating mental illness by performing a small surgery on the brain. A small hole is opened in the skull, and a long knife is used to remove the frontal lobe. In some cases, it was sufficient enough to cure the illness, and the inventor was even given a Nobel Prize. Yeah, that's true, I think. I believe that I've heard that before. However, due to the serious psychological side effects of, removing part of someone's brain and damaged personality and stuff, lobotomies were banned worldwide in the 70s.
まさかそんなこと。
What? She wouldn't.
クリスなら言いそうね。
I could see Chris was saying.
だろ？ちゃんと後輩の教育をしておいてほしかった。
Discipline your research is better.
その点に関しては認めるわ。陳謝します。
Aww. Poor Maho.
どうした？
I didn't have any better ideas, so I grabbed my handkerchief.
え
She didn't seem to know why she was crying herself. Neither did I. Had I said something during the conversation that set her off?
大丈夫か？
Are you okay?
平気よ。ごめんなさい。
Aw, a little blush. She didn't take the handkerchief, instead she took a tissue out of her own pocket and wiped her eyes.
勇敢なる第三のアインシュタイン。
Oh, my brave third Einstein.
え？
Ooh. Oh, wow. I guess he's supposed to be really tall, that's why his head goes off the top of the screen. Or maybe he doesn't have the top of a head, you never know. Turned around and saw the good doctor smiling and striding towards me. Oh, he's really in my face. In my hands we got closer. The handshake was incredibly forceful. And his hands were as big as a bear's paws. No, not just his hands. Oh, not just his hands. His, looks in front of me, he looked even bigger than what he had than during the lecture. I'm pretty tall, but he was at least a head taller than me.
教授、俺、その。
Oh, it's also a son. I couldn't even think of an introduction. And wait, did he just speak in Japanese?
しかし、私の助手を泣かせてしまったのは見過ごせないね。いや、これは。
違います教授。私が勝手に。彼は関係ないですから。
Maho and I both denied it as much as we could. But I didn't know why Maho was crying, so I couldn't even come up with any excuses. I began to panic even more.
つまりその。
So basically, you
クリスです。
Chris,
彼とクリスの話をしていたらいろいろ感情が溢れてしまって。
クリス？
Chris?
君はクリスの友人？
それははい。
岡部倫太郎さん、学生だそうです。
Maho introduced me.
うん。
Doctor had a gentle expression on his face as he gave me a slow hug. Aww. Felt like I was going to suffocate in his massive arms. Somehow, I could tell that it was his way of remembering Kurisu. By giving a giant hug?
そうですか。そういうことなら魔法。
はい。
ミスター・オカーベに合わせてあげたらどうかな、彼女を。
Why not introduce her to Mr. Okabe?
まさかアマデウスを。
Oh, Amadeus.
ここで彼に出会って偶然、その幸運を大切にしたいじゃないか。
Ah,
日本にいる間、
Good luck.
彼にテスターになってもらってもいいよ。
oh, in Japan, you can have him be a tester. Oh boy.
部外者なのにそんないきなり。
Getting roped into this, aren't we?
リスの友人ならば部外者ではない。そうだろう。
ですが。
What are they talking about? I had no idea, but this is my chance to build a relationship with the doctor. I didn't want to blow it.
俺ぜひお手伝いしたいです。
I'd love to help.
ナイス。
Nice! He patted me on the shoulders and smiled. It was an innocent smile, like a child's.
じゃあ詳細は魔法に聞いてよろしく。
Ask Maho for the details. Oh. Maho was shaking her head in disbelief.
アマデウスに合わせるとかテスターとか一体何の話なんだ？
What is he talking
コン
about?
ベンションでやったデモンストレーション。アマデウスは私の記憶を使っていたんだけれど、アマデウスのデータとしてもう一人分研究者の記憶が保存してあるのよ。
Well, Amadeus is another researcher's memory saved. Oh, is it Kurisu's? Another researcher's memories. What did that mean? I mean, who else could it be? Oh. When I finally figured it out from Dr. Liskinen's and Maho's conversation, my heart started pounding.
まさか
You can't mean...
あいつなのか？
her. Oh.
アマデウスの中にはマキセ・クリスの記憶が保存されているわ。 8ヶ月前のクリスだけれどね。
8 months old, but yeah. Let's not play the pronoun game, you know? Well, but is it gonna be awkward, like, cause, like, she doesn't actually know me, and she'll be like, oh yeah, who's that guy? Somehow I don't see this going as well as Okabe plans.